Get the ball again! Look who's here, the main man!
What's happening, Dale?
You look shattered.
I'm off.
Why? Picking pound notes out of Ross's arse all weekend.
By the way, that man's famous.
I know he's famous.
Very famous.
Are you getting sick?
His company's no fucking daft though. They've now put they've tagged us and they've got the name, the email and the phone number.
You see that? By the way, they're getting massive shout outs, aren't they? Oh, they're delighted. So they are.
I felt on Thursday, Derek, we felt maybe you're getting at the end of the line, mate. You're getting sick.
No, keep it going. Keep it going. Ross has been tortured at the minute, so I'm quite happy with that.
Aye, really.
You're looking very dapper this morning.
Well, he's a waiter, isn't he? He's got a job as a waiter now. Look.
Nice, mate.
Mate, where's your collar? Seriously. Why hasn't he got a collar?
You don't have collars now. It's a style in it.
It's nice.
Because I wore one with Hydro in it, he's copied me.
Oh, so you were a vicar, weren't you? You look like the vicar, dressed up as a vicar.
You look smart. I ain't got jersey this morning.
I don't know about that t-shirt.
Not happy with this?
30, innit?
Bit dirty.
What were you hanging on the V-neck bit of the t-shirt?
What is it?
It looks overstretched, doesn't it, that bit in there?
He's struggling in it.
No, it's the Gucci sunglasses that usually hang on them.
That's what it'll be,
That's why
that's what it'll be.
Do not get me started. I don't know what's more creased your face, your hair or your jumper.
Oh!
You're a tired big bear this morning, aren't you?
I'm tired, aye.
Why is that?
Up to no good, were you, big man?
Every Sunday. Every Sunday.
Every day's heavy for you.
What's your favourite wee tipple?
I like a pint, I just love a pint.
Just a pint?
Aye,
Pint of piss, innit?
I think I had about 15 pints Sunday.
Alright, hard man. That's just the 15 pints in real life, right?
Hard, man.
Oh, he was fucking causing havoc on the hat tricks, mate. 7-year-old football, mate, and he's want to roll about with one of the other coaches.
No.
He's picked the wrong guy, mate. Big Richard for Denniston. Oof.
Big Richard.
What were you arguing about?
No, wasn't it? So what happened was, my wee team's playing Garnkirk, and there's another game in the pitch at the side. So the coach is in the middle. Really, he should be standing behind the goal.
Etiquette.
And the other coach in the other part said to him, "Big man, you want to move off the park? The kids are playing." And then they two started getting it a bit to and fro. They were going to go for each other. So because I'm there, I just thought, I said, "Come on, big man, calm it down." I said, "Sort out the rest of the game, man. It's kids is football. Get your hands off me," he says.
Good on him.
Get your smelly hands with it.
Get your hands off me. Who do you think? You're a ticket. And I was like, "Oh, there we go."
Rightly so.
And then I thought,
Keep your hands down.
I just thought to myself,
What did
I'm
you
not a
think?
fighter, right? But
Why did you message me saying I'll take my school and go?
I did. I said, once it all calmed down, I just says, tell him to give me a shout after when it's quiet. I'm not doing it in front of kids.
Where would you fight him?
Wherever you want.
But saying you were saying you wanted to fight him naked.
You like that naked fight?
He gets
goes somewhere different with it.
Nah, so anyway, I just think the big man got a wee bit heated in the moment, but he has to understand his surroundings. We're playing with 7 and 8 year old kids, you know what I mean, playing football. There's no need to want to fight coaches.
So how did you get on?
Slapped.
Good results.
We won 3 and drew 2. Disappointing.
Who like he's done, Jude?
No.
Tell us if he did, be honest.
No, Jude first 2 games.
He'll not get the house.
Brilliant. He was really good first 2 games. The Garnkirk game was disappointing because we went 3-0 up and they got overconfident. Goalkeepers try to pass the ball with the outside of his foot, try to do wee flicks and try to do wee passes.
No, want them to express themselves now?
No, it's not that. It's no, I want them to express themselves. But what I don't want to do is try to pass a ball outside of his boot. I want him to do it right, get it to his feet.
Good man, Kevin.
So when we're doing all the right things. So obviously in kids football at 5s, you encourage them to play the ball out wide because you go through the middle, they just get it, and then it's a goal. We'll stop doing that. So we're 3-0 up, we do 3-3, and then the final game against...
But they kept backing up, we went 3 up and they kept backing off. You were shouting, what was it you were shouting? Back in, but you were shouting bacon, but they thought you were shouting back in.
And then the final game against the Colts, Cumbernauld Colts.
That's your rivals, isn't it?
No, they're not my rivals. I don't want about Cumbernauld Colts, but a few of the parents.
Newcastle, your rivals, mate, in that Premier League team.
A few of the parents were saying things, but you always got to remember what
were the parents saying?
Who you're talking about.
What were they saying?
When other people are listening. So just to encourage some parents that go to the football, just be careful what you say.
The jeans are quite right. Look how tight the jeans are.
That should be policed. I like that.
What do you like, mate?
My wife's here with
the coach can go out to the
and parents are talking away, listen to it, so I don't...
We're talking about you?
I just kept yourself, that mean.
But we're the scalp.
Oh, use the big...
We're the scalp. They think it's... So if they're happy with a 0-0 draw, then that's great for them. Get the kids' confidence, but...
Love how serious he's taking this,
we'll be back. I'm here to make footballers, no, we're not here to...
But that can be an
tiptoe
issue
around.
for me or not. It's no about, don't be too serious. Just let them play. Let them enjoy themselves.
They did, the kids loved it.
develop.
Kids loved it.
Somebody's
Well,
disagreeing.
No, I totally agree with you. Totally
No,
agree
but
with
what do you do with yours?
Just let them go and play.
Go and enjoy
But
it.
anyone could let kids go and play.
I know,
You get a
but-
guy at the street to go, I'll just go and play.
If you go and look at the ability of them, then I'm not going to go and make it. So go and enjoy this.
Aye, that was good.
Let's be honest.
Very good.
Right, where'd you get the top for just before we move on?
Yeah,
It's a shocker, that. It's a shocker. He's done some bad.
I think he's just smart.
Check the label on that for us, mate.
Cruise ship. Listen, I've been waiting.
Cruise ship.
Hey, I've been waiting all weekend for this.
Me, David Proctor.
It was certainly not a fairy tale ending for Zion Ferry. Last game of your career, take it away, Si.
Mate, honestly, outstanding. I couldn't care less about the own goal. Best
Okay.
second half performance in Scotland Saturday.
I just don't see you
63% possession, I had 62%. Oh, it was like a magnet to his mate. Do you know the best thing that happened to her, right? Took my oldest, my missus took Jude, so I took Frankie. He was playing against the team he used to play with. So first couple of minutes, gets the ball, makes a mistake, they nearly score. After that, hid for the full game, mate. Ran up and down a pitch for an hour, wasted time, scared to go and get on the ball. So in the car, he got it. Didn't care about how many mistakes you make. Be brave. Didn't care. Didn't just get through a game, go and actually fucking make an impact on it. So he came to watch me. I've scored the OG. I've looked up to the stand and I can see him like that. You're a fucking loser. Never said that, mate. He booted the seat. I've seen him actually boot the seat. So see, after that, I thought, I need to fucking make sure I keep getting this ball now. So I'm taking the ball in the 6-yard box just to make a point to him. So after that, I said to him, what about that? Biggest mistake you can make, own goal. What did I do after it? Did I hide? No, I went and got the ball. So I think it's happened for a reason. It's happened for a reason.
He's done really well to get rid of the old.
Lessons learned, mate, exactly.
But let's get back to the own goal. How did it happen? Don't try to get out with that.
Goalie as well, mate. See if you didn't want to communicate then. The boys there went to, no, it was a lazy leg.
Was it?
I was tired.
Was it the right leg you went me? Left foot should have.
I told you as well, Thursday night, because I thought that was me done last game last Saturday, me and her ended up going out. I got a 15-year-old bottle of whiskey for the chairman.
And I got a text.
Did you?
You got a text, you're the best guy in the
I
world.
love him for this, man.
What did he say?
On a Thursday night.
Just
basically, he
a lot of
loves me.
And then send a dick pic.
So he's known that, but that's drug. It's drug-induced text, that.
So I never thought I'd be playing, I ended up bottle of whiskey done, woke up Friday saying, I want you to play tomorrow.
No problem.
It's like,
But hey, well done. Good. What a career.
no, terrible career.
That's him done.
Dog shit career.
What do you mean, that you?
No, I don't know yet. We'll
No,
see.
what to say to you? You keep playing.
I was going to chuck it and then the last 5 games have been outstanding, so why would you?
But you've been.
Makes no sense.
Go on.
But who's got to take you there?
But there's exciting news
Doesn't-
coming.
You'll hear there is tomorrow, I think.
Very exciting. Isn't it?
What, is an assistant somewhere? Assistant
No,
player?
fucking assistant.
No,
I've done that, mate. What do I
Are
mean
you going
assistant
for?
for?
You want to be the
Type of data,
top
that.
man, right?
Big news.
Find it
exciting,
tomorrow,
mate.
mate.
And is he
really is.
involved this? Your
I'll be helping.
If you could take your head off a carol for 2 minutes tomorrow, you check Twitter and you'll see what's happening.
It's hard to do that, isn't it? She's some woman, by the way. I've got a lot of loving for her.
The way you drop your voice there, drop your boys there, drop your trousers, go.
Great to have him here, innit?
That's sexual.
Do you feel like the show's got a lot hornier since he's came on?
You've changed since that.
Why is Andy not here? Oh, it's wee Hugh's birthday
Do you
today.
think Stephen's away, no?
He's taking him swimming today, isn't he?
Where is he? Where is he?
I think he's got the armbands off now, wee Hugh, isn't he?
I do well.
But Andy's still got. You can take the armbands off, but Andy's still got to hold him by
let you go,
the pelvis and just let him.
I'm not letting you go, he said.
Remember
I'm not ready to go yourself
You
yet.
can actually swim in it, but Andy's just. He's
Well, my
not
best
letting him.
numbers.
He's not. He can't let him go. He says. And then Hugh jumps in for the pool and Andy catches him. Doesn't he?
How did
Picks
you
him
learn this? My damn old man just chucked me in. That was
you
it.
know drown?
And just walked away. Aye, probably did.
What age were you in?
I don't know.
36.
2 or something. 36.
By the way, do you know what else I found out the weekend? Do you know who the El Presidente of Boca is? Right, it's Riquelme.
Is he took care?
So you're using his assholes that own Boca. Have you got no respect
He
for?
loves it. He loves it. He said he was the one that wanted to do it.
Did you know? Did you know?
No,
No,
I
so,
didn't
so he's called you called your boys club Boca and you didn't even know who the president is. That's good that you've done your research.
Maybe what's that? I'm about you. Yeah.
I was poker weekend.
Quiet. Quiet? Very quiet.
What about the bedroom?
Oh, it's certainly quiet. I think still for that, didn't I? Look at that.
Did you have a game?
You're looking well.
No.
Don't let him get to you.
I know.
So is that brand new at the packet?
Aye. Cruz said this morning.
What about the pish stained jeans?
No, I've came this morning, it's like, you're like Brian Adams said to him.
So you liking this look for him, summer look?
The top's lovely, smart.
Nice, man, innit?
I think.
Aye, he's
Where'd you
like,
get this?
What do you think?
I don't know, mate.
Ross.
Ross.
Was it the boys?
Oh, I think
Is it smelling arse?
this is mine. This is a wee, as I say, it's a wee present. The boys are very good to me.
What, did they buy you clays all the time?
I get me gear there out somewhere. They just go, I'll get that from my old man.
Fuck, how good's that? Do you do that for your dad? What is it you buy your dad when you're out?
Fucking can't think of something.
Oh, wait till you start this.
No, listen, we'll get onto the sponsors here, Zane.
Oh, sorry.
And Grosvenor Sport. Sign up offer from Grosvenor Sport is bet £5.20 and get 25 free bets.
Right.
On the spot. Snooker last night, Ronnie O'Sullivan, what a hero.
He's better than Henry now, isn't he?
7-7, but yeah, he's the best.
He's good there.
Sign up at gsport.com.
Let's see him getting emotional.
Yeah, Ronnie. Nah, he's ice cold, mate.
But he was up last night, he was with his
was
kids,
he?
wasn't
He was greeting after that.
Aye,
He
with
was
the kids
still
were-
on the table.
Needs to grow up.
Very emotional.
Was he greeting?
Greeting after it.
Why?
But it takes a lot, Simon.
You never felt proud to the point you were crying, no?
His kids were there, his old man was
You're
there
a fucking
as well.
nice faced, honestly.
Greeting? What would you greet for?
Just because it's emotion, it's an emotion that comes out in you and it makes it as a...
Aye, he's there with his wins, aren't he?
Did your Rangers used to come watch you play? Obviously, have you got any?
Couple.
Have they?
Aye, come down again.
Eh?
They come down again.
Wee
And the man
Chesney.
lets them.
Wee Chesney.
Watch you do what?
Coaching. No, I've not got any wins.
Did your boys used to come watch you?
Aye, at times, aye. Certainly when I was managing for a short period of time. Like
That
Clyde
way, Millie.
Bank. And it's like that, nah, I know, that's how
No.
Because I tell you, that's how I know how hard a job it is. And I was like you, I was part-time. But part-time, wasn't part-time, it was 24/7, so it was.
Do you know what, Denny? I don't mind them doing it off camera, with their own camera to it's out of order. We joke,
He knows I'm joking. He knows
I'm
I'm
not a big man. I would just let the cameras go off and then we'll just put
Aye,
my
lay one on
chin.
his fucking chin.
So see when you were like, if you weren't doing well, would the kids say something to you?
Aye, as he got older, a wee bit. But they just slaughtered me now, so they're making up for it. If they didn't slaughter me when they were younger, they certainly slaughtered me now.
What about did your
Aye, Max would come watch me at Kilmarnock, Hearts. Sunderland, he was just a baby, but nah.
Would they give you a bit if you were?
Nah, because he just loves watching football. Maybe doesn't quite understand it to the depths that maybe your boys got it. But now, like Harry will come watch me play over 35s on a Friday, and he'll tell me how stinking I was.
Oh yeah.
Aye.
Good
We've got a
lad.
big game this Friday night against Bayleston. They're top of the league, so
Oof. Big Richard plays with Bayleston.
good.
Right back. Where are you playing left wing?
Good.
Good.
You'll be off, won't you? COVID you'll have. You know we're going to that.
Think you'll shite it?
I'll be there. Don't worry about that.
Friday night, who wants to go and watch?
Bayleston, it's in here.
Whereabouts?
It's in here somewhere.
We'll come and watch.
Aye.
With a camera crew.
I think I'm busy on Friday night.
See, I want to ask you, how's Carol finding the way you now became?
Oh, is this media, like a media sensation,
But it's not me that's changed, it's her. She loves her football now.
Does she?
Aye.
loves the boys,
See,
doesn't
you're
she?
talking about the Wayne's come to he watches. She never went to any game whatsoever. When I was she was never at a game, no interested. But that sort of changed with Lewis. Well, Big Lewis now, innit? She's changed now. She loves her football. She goes to it, she watches it, she
play it?
comments on it. Aye, probably better than me.
Aye.
Did your missus watch you?
No, that was the first game. That was the first Peterhead game Saturday. She only
Was
came
it?
because it was my last one, and then I fucked up with an OG.
Shouldn't have done that.
I scored an OG in the playoff semi-final on telly, mate. When I was trying to fire into her. Imagine that. So I've moved into Swindon, right? Doing a wee bit down there, but we're not actually seeing her. Wasn't actually going out with her at the time. But like we were texting all the time, and I was like, oh, by the way, I'm fucking playing the semi-final of the League One to get in the Championship. Hen, have a watch, mate. 13 minutes, ball comes in, fuck you, right into the goal. OG, man.
Did you tell
Again,
her?
Rope came off to a text. You're a fucking loser.
Loser.
Aye.
Common
Your
female.
many ladies, would they come and watch you?
Few of them would. Different parts of the stadium, innit? Every staggers one, every stag.
Did you have a bird coming to watch you then?
No.
You
It's
must
got to
have
be,
done
no, but
back
it's
in
got
the
to be,
day.
keep the, I'm not into that. I like my woman to be not really involved with football, so when I came.
No, that's a lie.
Wee Susan must have been there every week.
And then I was saying, she enjoyed it all. But for ladies, listen, I like to keep them away. Football's business, and then you get home.
What was it your ma used to do against the dugout?
Put it on. Hurry up and put it on.
Do big coffee stains on the dugout.
Big coffee. She's getting sick of the talking. She said I'm vulgar towards her. She said I'm vulgar.
What was that after the cooking show?
I said she'd done a shite
that
in the
was-
morning, but she's went into her work the next day, and she said everybody was giving her stinking, properly stinking.
What, stinking as in jobby stinking?
Aye, she's got it tough, isn't she? But rightly so, it's rightly deserved.
She's a great woman, isn't she?
She is.
If you
but
dare
she's
shite,
really-
like-
I would, you know, the best couple of all time would be Derek Ferguson and Susan
Mama.
Slynn. That'd be a great couple.
Mama.
As a couple, I'd pay. As a couple, I'd pay to watch go at it. I'd pay to watch you two go at it. There you go.
Susie's
That's
infectious.
where it crosses a line. That is where it crosses a line. Do you know the
How
first
much
time
did you pay?
Do you know the first time?
£500.
What?
£250.
Right, done. Wait.
250 to.
No,
Do you know the first time he met my man?
That's
The first time he met my man, I went like
Your
that.
mother's a lovely lady.
Is Joe still horsing you?
Oh, no.
How bad is that?
I ask that every couple of fun. I always
Well,
ask a
because he's
couple.
obsessed.
How many times a week?
He asks
You're
some
obsessed
strange
with that.
questions,
You need to.
I'm obsessed with it. I told like couples how many times a day a week.
Many times you do it, I mean.
No, what mate? Maybe once a
What's
week.
happening there?
Busy man, innit? Busy man. Busy man, mate. I don't think I'm at. What about you?
Me?
Once a day, innit?
Once an hour.
No, I'm not in that Machiavelli camp. He's
Mate, the Kyles, I didn't even want to ask. I didn't know even want to ask.
No,
The Kyles are wild.
Anytime,
It's
anywhere.
not me, it's the wife. She's just like, I said, what were that? We were about Saturday. What was Saturday? We were at a communion, Big Rab's communion Saturday, and she wasn't drinking. I said, why are you not drinking? I'm baby planning.
What, you want another kid?
She wants another kid.
Use it off your nut, man.
When you got?
4. She wants another one. And
And they've got wee Billy Brown as well.
aye.
He's a hard one to keep a hold on.
I don't know. I said.
They
if I
just
got-
share nappies, Billy.
I said if I got to 40 and it hadn't happened, that would be it.
You not get the snip now?
But she's not counting the 2 years of lockdown, so I've not really got to 40 yet.
Did you not get the snip, Kev, on that big thing?
I don't know.
You need a pair of garden shears to snip that, don't you?
I would. I think I'll look into it. Aye. Fucking.
Do you think you love it? Will you ever have kids?
Imagine me, Paul Slane's running about Glasgow.
Got to.
You've got to, mate. You've got to.
Is it
You'd be a
something
great
you thought
dad.
Think so?
Aye,
Great
definitely.
dad.
You're
Do you
great
not think
with the
about
kids.
that? I always think there might be another wee Fergie's kicking about somewhere in Glasgow. Aye. Certainly when I was
if you
younger,
did it-
before I met Carol, you know, I enjoyed myself. As you do.
Wee Daisy Maida.
I see, you always wonder that.
He's yours, isn't he?
Always wonder.
Did you go to Japan?
I am big in Japan.
Right, so yes or no, you going to have kids?
Aye, we'll have kids eventually, aye.
What age you?
Superb.
What?
What age you?
25.
What age are you actually? 29, 30?
What would you call your kids last before we are going to be on the football, but I just want to know what you'd call your kids.
Shane.
Bonkers.
That's my dog.
Oh, your dog
I've got
Bonkers.
my dog, Bonkers.
Ian.
Ian, innit?
Grant.
I don't know, mate. Frank. But see, nowadays, you need to say something, it needs to be fancy in the name, doesn't it?
No.
Need to go
Do you not go Argentinian name with Boca?
maybe.
Maybe Boca Slim.
Oh, that's cool, isn't it? That's not a bad shout.
You
Get the Johnny's chucked me and get at
You'll
it.
regret it if you don't.
Think so?
Aye.
Aye,
Yes.
yes. Mate, you should have kids.
So you get out there and spread that sperm.
Saying you're good with his kids and you've always been good with my kids and you're good with the kids you coach. Parenthood's not a problem for you, mate.
And you get on their level.
Right, we're going to go on the Celtic and
Or
Rangers
is it
game.
serious stuff?
Where'd you watch it, pub?
I went
Did you just stand back and watch everyone having a good time again?
I always did that. That was a different pub.
What pub was it?
I can't give out that information, but it was a nice wee pub.
Right, and what did you think of the game?
I thought Rangers controlled it at times for periods, but it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. I thought we predicted the result. I thought it'd be a 1 each or a 2 each.
We did.
But there was chances in the game. You look at, I thought McGregor would have been worked more, to be honest with you. Of course, Celtic never hit the target a number of times, but no, it was just what I thought was going to be in terms of the footballs played. But I didn't think Rangers would have as much control as they did
Second
in
half
the game.
especially,
Secondly,
yeah.
aye. And even for them to come back, you know, you go 1-0 down, and they've shown, because the last time at Parkhead they went to pieces, so they did. But they're a different side now. I don't know how how or what he's worked on, you know, with the guys, but their mentality is brilliant.
They look fit as fuck, Rangers as well.
How has changed with Rangers though? Like in the last since the
they were so passive in the last set.
Because there was talk, Derek, we were talking as Van Progge is the right man, but the mentality they've shown the last month has been unbelievable.
I think he's learned on the job as well. I know, because he went there and he sat off Celtic. He's more defensively minded. But no, I think he's had a good look at the boys, the players. He knows what they're all about. And Rangers are better when they're aggressive, when they're at it, they go forward. And for Steve Davis to come in and play, would they play 60 odd minutes, 63 minutes? I mean, there's not a lot you can aim at and being too critical of Van Bronckhorst, but I don't see why he doesn't play more football for Steve Davis, because he is...
Him and Lundstrom worked well together. Lundstrom went and got the ball back and Davis went and played.
But Big Joe Hart, a couple of important saves, wasn't it? Going towards the end. But I expected McGregor to be worked a wee bit more. But
they're saying that Media's had two sitters,
well, the one he bottles it
with
a header, and then the one that's just played into him, and it's just that wee chance, you know, he's got to hit the target. But then Sakala off the post, and Sakala, you know, different, you know, just gone playing through the middle.
I seen a lot of tweets slaughtering him for his first half performance. He's never a wide right in a million years. He needs to be through the middle where he can just go and run where he wants.
I think I think he's limited in terms, but what he gives you is energy. He gives you that pace up top, and I don't think technically he's the best.
I think he's disciplined enough either to play on the right, but you need to track through.
He plays with a smile on his face. I worried for him when he scored the goal, but in what direction he ran to celebrate, I went, you shouldn't be going there, mate.
By the way, Kev, for a striker's point of view, it's one hell of a finish. I know people said about Joe Hart, but I think he saved that.
Straight away when you see
Joe's a fucking bullet.
I was in the stadium watching it, and see when you see it, you think, oh, you can't be beating it in the near post, but when you actually see it back on the replay, that's like hit so hard and low out with the post and curled round. There's no keepers getting that, and he hit it that quick. Great finish, and then obviously, I don't know, I'd probably just agree with Derek's, like there's opportunities in the games that make a difference. So in the first half, when I think it was Tavernier come down the wing, put the ball in the box, and Kent's got across Ralston's sleeping, he's nearly scored, and then up the other part, the same kind of thing happens. I see a lot of people saying Kent
needs to score that. I think that's quite a hard chance.
It's a hard chance. I'm not saying he has to score, but what I'm saying is that my point is that Ralston's been caught sleeping, looking over his shoulder or having his body open, and then up the other end, Barisic has done the same, and Jota's actually got across. So had the two, it's just them moments make
with Barisic, Kev, I think again he gets spooked because his one look, his three looks.
But he always goes that way. He goes towards his goal instead of actually going towards the ball.
Then there comes a time you know he's there, because you're saying about Ralston, and he didn't.
No, he didn't know he was there.
He knows he's there. But you can see there's I don't know, is there a panic in him? And instead of just thinking, right, there's a ball, it's coming, I'll go and meet it now. I know he's there, he's going to be coming across me. And he doesn't react.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you, in that position as a defender, do you decide to make the one or the other way you go? Do I just go and try and defend the ball?
Mate,
or do I grab
see,
a hold
of you? I'm
or
grabbing a hold of people. Not grabbing a hold, but you want to be touch tight here, man.
Up so you know that he's never going to get across you. That's
100%.
what I'm thinking. Because it's all right saying, if you say, right, I'm going to defend that space because that's where I think the ball is, but the ball goes there and Jota comes round.
I'm a big one for distances, as you know, when we've not got. But see, when the ball goes wide and you know the ball's going to come in, I think attach yourself, man. Stop your man from scoring a goal.
I think you can see the disappointment. Certainly, Davis is close to him, and Davis knows the dangers there, and he's going to have to see that Barisic. You know, see, for me, I wouldn't play him at Parkhead. You know,
although Bassey's playing so well at centre back, though, Derek, do you move him to left back?
I would.
Would you?
Aye, in that game.
Balogun?
I just don't know what it is with Barisic. It's just that fixture, that last. I wouldn't. What he brought to the table the last time, I wouldn't have played him there. But listen, we know he's a gifted player, but there's that when it's that atmosphere, it's tense and it means so much. He didn't deliver, and all it takes is one more. I know you could say we've been over-critical, but I just looked at Steve Davis and I watched it back yesterday as well. Davis is raging me, you know, and quite rightly so, because he sees him, and I know I think as soon as that ball's played, and I'm kind of know where he is, right? So if you're in a position to get your arm across him, but the ball's there, meet the ball.
You put your arm across him a bit higher and a wee bit harder.
When you see the replay of it, he's actually got himself in a decent enough position in terms of where the ball's coming. So you're thinking, right, okay, so the ball's been bent out of the way. Your second thought should be, right, where is he now? But he's no...
Nah, he's never
and
aware
that's
of
what,
what's
and it's just that split second because Jota's on the move, whereas if he just goes and steps across, Jota doesn't get in, and that's... But it's... Like you say, Rangers probably controlled the game second half, I thought. Celtic...
Is that surprising though, Kev?
It's not surprising because what surprises me is, right, you said it there, how fit are Rangers, how unfit are Celtic sometimes. I think they look tired, they get into that, I don't know where it's nervousness, I don't know what it is, but I just felt that, I know Ralston, Big Tony Ralston hasn't played a lot of games recently, but he came in and he looked like he was really like toiling the last kind of 15-20 minutes, he was really tired. Greg Taylor looked a bit tired, but...
We had Tatty, it looks like he doesn't have Pancake Tuesday.
So Kev, you think they've been worked too hard?
I don't know if I don't know what it is.
I don't think they train long.
By all accounts, I've heard that they don't train long.
But it's high intensity.
Aye, so I get that, but I just think that sometimes you can be tired of things only going your way as a footballer. Do you know what I mean? It's do you want to go and push yourself that extra bit or two? But I think, like you say, Celtic take
But it's probably a lot of these players' first time playing at that type of intensity for a manager. Do you know what I mean? So it will take them more than it'll take them a while to get used to.
Like Hatate, who I thought wasn't as good as he maybe has been, and I've been quite critical of him, but I'm not going to try and say he's not going to be the player that we all hope he's going to be, because he has just had a full season in Japan. He's come in and maybe I'll judge him next year. Try not to be too critical. Judge him next year. By all accounts,
I can't hold he's done well for, I think.
Brilliant. I know he has been, but I think just sometimes because he started off with a baptism of fire with the performance at Hearts and then the goal against Rangers at Parkhead, I think Celtic fans got excited about it, and maybe he's not quite got to the levels since then. So there's a bit, because I felt within the crowd there was a bit
there's a few goals when he gave away in the second half.
So, but
what about from a Celtic point of view, Paul? What did you think?
I was a wee bit disappointed.
Whoops.
It's a wee bit disappointing because I read a stat that said Rangers have played 6 years more than Celtic in April. That's crazy, isn't it? So you're thinking at Celtic Park, I thought Celtic, and at the end of the game, Celtic were actually hanging on. The game could have been out of sight if Maida takes the chances. But I think for Rangers, but do you know what, Si, right? I actually think the Rangers are a good team.
So, mate, exactly the same. I had my mates saying to me this would be a candidate.
Right.
Rangers are a good team.
And I think what happened was the game at Celtic Park earlier in the season when Celtic won 3-0, that's maybe blinded a few people thinking Celtic just going to turn up. Mate, you don't get the semi-final of Europa League if you're no. But I was surprised that sort of the last sort of 30 minutes Rangers were in control of the game, especially when they've played so long. But maybe because Rangers had to win.
Again, that comes in, I agree as well. And that's why I think Ange Postecoglou's done such a great job, is because Rangers are such a good team.
Aye.
And I think that's why he deserves enormous credit, because I think Rangers are a right good team.
I would agree.
And for him to finish above them in his first year, I think it's an incredible achievement.
The Rangers, what I felt changed over is when you make 3 subs in one go, you make a sub and it doesn't quite work out, the rest of the team can carry that one sub. See, when you make 3 subs and they don't all quite get it straight away, it becomes difficult. And I thought maybe the subs was a bit, I think Riley was tired. Hatate was tired, and who was the other one? Was it Kyogo? Kyogo didn't really influence the game at any point. He had that one opportunity. And watching the game, because I was directly behind the goal, and I was like, it was kind of like it was like stuff from the old season last year where it was slow build up.
Yeah,
really
agree.
Slow.
Whereas
where it was slow in terms of.
I agree.
Kyogo's maybe thinking, right, do it, and then it's not happening, and you're like, right, okay. And then when they got the goal, it was because they moved a couple of passes, then they got the overlap, moved it quicker, and that allowed them to get into space. Whereas sometimes what happens was they got the ball at the back, and it was like pass it out to Greg Taylor. I don't know, and then back. And by the time that happens, Rangers then get set, and they've got their 4 or 5, whatever it is, and they're comfortable. But the minute they moved it quicker and moved players out of positions, that's when they got.
See, I don't think they bring the fullbacks in as much against Rangers, because I think they're worried about Kent and Sakala on the counter-attack. So I think they stay wider, and it kind of blocks off that early pass to the wide player, whereas they need to maybe go to McGregor first, and that maybe slows it down a wee bit.
But that atmosphere can drain you. You're talking about the tiredness you're talking about with Celtic and the other. Sometimes it can give you that energy, but sometimes it can drain you playing in a fixture like that. It's a kind of weird thing, that nervous. Sometimes you see boys getting cramp in games like that, and you wonder why, because they're fit as anything. But normally it's that, because it takes a lot out of you. So it does. Now that expectancy.
Well, that's what happened in the semi-final, wasn't it? Taylor and that get cramp. So it must have that effect.
Well, it has in that, aye. The build up to the game.
But like you say, Rangers are a good side. This league's been decided on the fact that no long after Christmas, Rangers went through a wee dodgy spell or a month's worth of football that's effectively lost them the title. Celtic still had to keep churning out the results, and they've done that. Celtic seems to be beating the other teams in the league easier than maybe Rangers have done. But in terms of the 5 Old Firm games we've had, including the cup game, there's not a lot to pick between the two teams.
No.
On the basis of things, you look and think, Rangers won 1, Rangers won 2, Celtics won 2, and a draw.
But the thing is, you need to look at Celtic because every time they've played against a good pressing team, they didn't dominate as much.
Don't play the same, don't they? No.
You think of Bodo Glimt are really good at pressing. I think again that's where Ange needs better players. I think he needs 5 or 6 still.
See, Starfelt for me was good in the first half in terms.
Brave as fuck, Kev. I know
Really
you.
good. I
really like
Simon,
Brave.
I'm always like when people do well, quite happy. And first half,
Continues to take the ball.
he always got it, and he always did. And then the second half, I don't know what happened. A lot of Rangers' opportunities came down between Taylor and Starfelt doing that, and I don't know whether that was just because of where the ball was and the thing, but Celtic started getting really tight to people, like being rash, and the ball was breaking and they were getting turned, and I thought, maybe just step back, keep them facing that way, don't get too tight. But I thought Rangers on a whole second half probably deserved it with the performance, but Sakala's done everything but score for that one that's hit the post. Do you then dink out or whatever? It's a difficult angle.
Through the ball for me.
Aye.
Just lazy.
Maida doesn't need to leather that. He just needs to pass
guide
that
it.
into, just pass that into the bottom corner.
But that's what happens, it's big moments. It's that bit of calmness you need. That's why when you look at with a Morelos, maybe even a Roof's better technically than Sakala. If he finds himself in that type of position, does he have to put it into the back of the net? Probably, I think so. You know, so Rangers are missing 2 of their, centre forwards.
Yeah.
Rangers
They
are playing without a centre forward.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Where are you on Maida? I know he works hard in that.
He was outstanding in the first half, but he still needs more quality side.
On the ball.
I mean, he sets the goal up and his pressing was so effective in the first half that the Rangers were really strong. He seemed to be everywhere, but as I said, you need both sides to play with Celtic. You can't just have one another, and I think he needs to improve on the ball. But listen, he done amazing for the goal.
And McGregor good again. Cal McGregor's always there.
Aye,
You know what you're getting from him, didn't you?
I thought, but the best midfield in the park was John Lundstrom.
Lundstrom. How quickly did you cover the ground?
He's been excellent. I mean, he played on Thursday night.
Aggressive.
Aggressive, mate.
He just
Aggressive.
reads the game very well.
you need that.
He reads the game very well. He always seems to be, if he's not right in the thick of it, he's there or thereabouts. He's very, very intelligent footballer. And he took a bit of stick when he came in, by the way.
But there's the thing that you've got to give players time to settle in.
He didn't get
Yeah.
signed. He didn't get signed by Rangers because he was a bad player. He got signed
just
because
one
he
of
had
that
qualities.
instant.
And he's definitely shown the Rangers fans that I think he's very, very good.
It's strange, though, isn't it? Like Gerrard was so adamant on playing like Glenn Kamara and Steve Davis, and Van Bronckhorst has just not played him at all.
The Davis one I don't get. I'll say it, I think Davis is still the best midfielder.
Yeah,
that
I
they've
agree.
got at that age. And see, for him to come in some of the games and play, and the pace of the game, we're talking about the pace you get, that atmosphere, he just strolls it.
Rangers control games when he's playing.
He's
don't
an
they?
influence in
Yeah.
people around about him. You can see that. He's a calmness. And that's why in Europe, I don't understand why he's not played him as much. Jack's just, he come back for that, obviously, the injury. And for 4 or 5 games, he was outstanding, Jack. But he just tailed off a wee bit. And why he's not played Davis in there at times, a wee bit more.
Davis is just that footballer
Just a-
who
his
gets
class
the
act.
ball out in the deck
Clever
and
player,
keeps
isn't
it simple,
It's like you
keeps
said
everything moving.
about McGregor. It's quiet, but it's effective.
Effective, yeah.
And he has that.
Just makes good decisions all the
Aye,
time, doesn't
that's
he?
it.
But boys, the boy for me, the big Bassey, what a player he is, by
Like
the way.
him.
I like him. Fast, strong, and he's
Big
only going to
athlete.
get better.
But see the worry for Rangers now is Celtic have obviously going to win the league at least by 6 points. That Champions League money, they couldn't strengthen big Celtic.
Yeah,
and I don't know.
I think they will.
See with the run Rangers on Europa League, do you get a lot of money for that?
Aye, well, I think I saw a thing all week there that over the course of the season, that potentially Rangers could have made 40 million quid just through this. I don't know if that's like a
Don't think that can
stupid
be right.
inflated
Don't
figure.
think-
No, it was just a thing I saw in terms of like your ticket sales and revenue and that over the course of the amount of games they play. So you think how many group games they had? Would they had 3 games at home? Then they've had the next 3-4 games. That's 6 games at home. Ticket money for them. That's a lot of money.
Aye.
And then you start the TV, chuck that in there. So say it's even half of that, 20 million quid. That's 20 million quid they never thought they were going to get. So I know Celtic's going to win the league now because they're going to lose 3 games in the last 3. But Rangers still have this opportunity to get to.
So, mate, aye.
Whether it be winning the Europa League or whether it be going through the group stages, I still would fancy Rangers to go through the qualifying, because they finished second. They got to the third round of the
Is
qualifying.
Roof back for Thursday?
Well, we don't know. Roof and Ramsey, there's decisions to be made, so we're just hoping maybe Roof, is going.
You ever been with a bird called Ruth?
Aye.
Have you? Who was it? Ruth? It was on the telly.
Ruth,
I keep calling him Ruth.
Eamon Holmes.
Eamon Holmes is
Yeah,
right.
She's not
I've got a bit of Eamon Holmes about it.
I'd like to be Eamon Holmes. I'd like to be Eamon.
Gives a wee Eamon Holmes accent.
Oh, that's good.
That's a good one.
No,
Come on, gaze in it.
I'm not doing accents
No, come
today.
on. Pretend you're presenting this morning.
Ah, that's good. That's good. Very
Come
good
on.
storyline.
And you could be Ruth.
I'll be Ruth, no problem.
I'll be Ruth for a wee blood son. Come on, Ruth.
No, I can't do Eamon Holmes.
But, so you're a married couple here?
No.
Hold hands, come on.
No, come on, move on.
Come on, big boy.
I've no.
Come on, big boy, speak.
Do you know what accent I always wanted of him, because he seen it first hand? Lithuanian.
It looks like
A Romanov.
No.
he's not the accent today.
But pretend he's lost 2 teeth.
No,
He's
I'm
Romanov
asking
with
the
2 teeth
I'm asking
missing.
the day.
He's pissed off.
And an abscess. He's got an abscess at the top of his mouth.
Back to the Celtic Rangers.
No,
right?
come on, Geese,
No,
one Romanov. Just to break up the football in
No.
between.
You need
Come on,
come
make
back
me
to
say
the
best.
best.
Oh no, I know. We're moving on to the next segment, right? So either an Eamon Holmes move on presenting or a Romanov.
No, I can't do Eamon Holmes. I'm not doing them.
Come on, big kid.
Come on, Eamon.
Come on, big Eamon.
Come on, big Eamon.
I'm not doing them.
What about Piers Morgan?
Go on then.
Oh, is that this morning?
What
What is the
What is Eamon Holmes? Is he Irish or
Irish?
Northern Irish?
But
Northern
it's
Irish?
Northern Irish, so play it down a wee bit. It's not as
I know
thick as a
strong.
Dublin. Right, so we're going on. We're talking about the Europa League semi-final. So just say very interesting bit on breast implants. There, we're now going to talk about the European semi-final. Geez, that.
Oh, that's good.
Because this morning is topical, so it will move for
It
breast
is,
implants, the football. So just say the dangers of breast implants in 36-year-old men. Something like that.
Aye.
Oh my god, my head's like a fucking
Right, but
fog.
you
Fog. I've
you
got
say
head fog.
over at my husband. Can you just say like something like over at my husband Damon?
Over to big Eamon.
Good morning.
Very good start.
It's one of the biggest nights in years for Rangers on Thursday.
It's a
As
wee
they
bit
face
strong.
Leipzig.
Just tone it down
Tone it
a
a
wee
wee
bit.
bit.
In the second leg of the Europa League.
That's quite scary.
What's your assessment of the first leg?
Good.
Good. Well, yes.
Irish. Well, that was good. That was good.
Hold hands. Just hold hands, runs.
Right. Anyway, what is my assessment of the first leg?
His accents are
Impressive,
unreal.
man.
You're actually very good at that.
man.
You're very good at that.
So,
But Eamon Holmes always licks his lips after he says something.
can I ask a question? Is this on my mind? See if Maida had took one of the chances in the second half, first half in Rangers, Celtic would go 2-0 up. Do you think Van Bronckhorst would have made subs known for Thursday night? Or would they
Oh, it's a great point.
What is it, Sunday to Thursday, Jank?
Yes, I think he's I think he probably would have.
Because the way at that time when Celtic
Who
were
would you
on
have
top,
taken off like?
No, I just thought maybe
he's took Aribo off. I'm glad Aribo. Well, I'm not glad he came off, but
But he never took
he's a big
Aribo off
player.
because of the game Thursday, did he?
Well, do you know something? That's what sticks is in the back of my mind with Ruth and Ramsey. I don't know. I don't think they're going to be fit. I think
That's why he's
Aribo's
taking
going to be.
Aribo off.
Aribo's massive
right,
for us
aye.
because when he played through the middle, you know, that's what Rangers lacked a wee bit away from home. Let somebody to take the ball and hold it up.
You think Aribo's more effective up front than Sakala?
We played him there at that time. We needed an out ball the other night.
Yeah.
You know, so just to get, because I thought we paid them too much respect, they were on top too much, and we just needed to get a grip with the ball. The ball just kept coming back all the time. Aribo gave us that. You just need a breather at times. So, but he changes that.
Rangers need to score Thursday, right? I'm playing Sakala through the middle.
Aye, but I'm saying, but that's where you can utilise Aribo at time. The game changes, Si, you know that yourself. So
As soon as Sakala goes through the middle, two or three chances he
but
gets
there might be a period in that game where you need somebody just to sit in there and take the ball.
And that's what
just,
happened on Thursday. We realised that they played, I think we got right up, we started, and then
they
Aribo
played
came in
with
the second
Kent
half and it made a big difference. He could hold up and get the
He
team
changed
up the pitch.
that. He went with energy and pace, but we spoke about last Thursday. And then he looked at the game and thought, no, we've not getting a grip with the game. We're not getting it. So he put Aribo
And it made
in
a
there.
difference.
Made a difference.
But then what I was a wee bit surprised about that was the Rangers actually came into the game and when he went up there, but then when Sakala came on, he then put Aribo back to right and put Sakala up. And I think they kind of lost a wee bit again. I'm surprised they didn't keep him up there.
Yep.
But I think at home, City might be a bit
Is he ever going to
different.
score a goal point up there, Aribo? doesn't get a chance any time he plays there. Sakala goes up and he gets 2 or 3 chances.
But
They'll go for it, of course they'll go for it, but they just don't
maybe
know.
start with Aribo and then put Sakala up for the last 30 if they're keep it tight for
This is
60
what you
minutes.
don't know how the game's going to pan out.
Well, how would you go with it?
I would go with the pace initially, and that's what they've done in Thursday night with that movement. But there might be, say they go a couple of goals up or whatever, and they're in a position where they just want to hold their lead. And, you know, maybe you can put Aribo in there.
Sorry, Danny.
No, so it's just, it's good to have options, you know, and you can change it, just wee things. I mean, we saw Lundstrom. Lundstrom started where? He was in the back. He was at the back. Would
you play him up there, Lundstrom?
No.
Just bash
But
up
yeah, there
it.
you go. He's played him in there, and you know, I didn't see Lundstrom as that type to go and play there, but he does it.
Does it seamlessly?
Aye, with ease. So
Would you?
There's only a certain few that can go from
options.
centre mid to centre back. That he's a young man. Me and Big John. Do you know what I mean?
Rangers need to start fast.
Rangers need to start fast.
Aye.
I always start. Would you always start fast or slow?
Oh, aye.
Fast.
Well, it's like
Do you? Start fast.
Aye, it's
Get
like
him done with.
It's like Lynn says, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
I think you need to go into more detail with that. I didn't get it.
She says if you keep starting too fast, then you've got to change the bull.
Change the bill.
Aye. Bill's no producing, you change it, didn't you?
You're getting this. I'm lost.
well,
Are you?
aye.
Bamboozled with it.
Aye. Right, so anyway.
So do you start slow or fast? Go at it straight away.
Oh no, you've got to obviously do a bit of
About
bit of pre-match first.
that's a good way to put it.
Aye.
The Red Star doesn't like when you
Loosening
start
up,
faster,
just
does
get-
it?
No, not at all, Simon.
Get the juices flowing.
That's exactly
Put the Red
right.
Star under
get the-
pressure, don't you, when you start that fast?
Is this going to after 9 o'clock tonight?
Mate, this is the earliest podcast we've
There's a
ever
good
done.
chance that you're getting a fart with the Red Star when you start that fast. Alright?
Absolutely, aye.
Have you ever farted during it and we meant it? The worst tune in the world, isn't it?
So you're starting fast. Do you think they'll maybe sit in for a while and then?
Because I feel like
Rangers are good when they
Rangers.
press high.
Aye, I feel like Rangers in every home tie they've had in Europe this year, they've started quick and they've got themselves into positions that have allowed it to be a bit more comfortable. Whereas I think if they sit back at Ibrox on Thursday night,
The atmosphere will dictate.
no, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So by
the
the atmosphere will allow them to go. And I think if Rangers sit back and see Leipzig start coming on to them, do the Rangers fans then get a wee bit touchy? It's like, whereas if you get them on their side early,
Sorry?
touchy.
nervous. A wee bit nervous.
I just think that like, I didn't see too much in Leipzig last week to be overly worried.
Well, that's what I'm saying to us. If you look at Rangers' game plans against Leipzig last week, they sat in, and Leipzig
But Leipzig
didn't do a
have
lot to break them down. So do you start like that, and then maybe with 30 minutes to go, you go and try and
But
blast them
Leipzig
in?
have been a bit away from home.
And that's what I'm saying, probably because teams come out against them.
Aye.
So
They
do
hit the
you
counter.
sit in for the first 60?
No, I think they'll go for it.
You go for it straight away?
I think they go. That's what I'm saying, that the atmosphere is going to be electric, and that, you know, as a player, you'll be wanting to be on the front foot.
If you go on the front foot and they score against you, game's done.
Aye, I know, but
That's
listen,
chance
that's,
you take.
hey, you take that. Aye.
Just a matter, like, I know you're saying
I
the
would do
game's
that as well,
done.
but I'm just getting
Rangers
a
need
wee
to
kind of-
score.
Aye,
See
of
if
course.
it's 0-0, it's a different prospect. The fact they're 1-0 down, Rangers need to go and get a goal. So sitting in too long, you can. I think
Don't
Rangers will score.
Don't let Leipzig become comfortable. Make
Aye.
them uncomfortable,
Yep.
and that's what they've got to do.
I think
right
Rangers
from
will
the off.
score. I think Rangers will score. Just don't know how it'll plan out, but
Go free at the back.
No, is that what they played over there?
Aye,
Lundstrom
The
dropped back
Lundstrom
in.
dropping in.
And what, 2 up front?
No, 3-4-3, almost
3-4-3.
3-5. Aye, with the 2 wingers to strike.
it's a shame the likes of Morelos and that's injured because this is the kind of nights that
Aye, he-
like
But they
that's-
played that over and they never created a chance, eh?
Second half they did.
Aye, we can.
Second.
Oh, we can't have it.
Ken,
Step
aye.
over.
I think
Step
he's the
over,
key.
hits a cross.
I think he's the key. Like it's all right getting the ball to Ryan Kent on the left wing, on the halfway line. He's not going to hurt you there. You get the ball to Ryan Kent further up the park, I think he can cause all sorts of problems. It's how they get up the park to get the ball in there. But then obviously Leipzig would look at him from the first leg and think, right, he's their danger man. We need to make sure that we don't allow him. So it's going to be
Fascinating.
It's going to be fascinating. It's like I thought for the game on Sunday, and then this game's in Rangers' hands. The league's out with their hands. They're relying on other people. Whereas I thought, well, they're going to maybe rest a few to prioritise Thursday, but it's an old firm. The fans wouldn't allow that. So
What about for Leipzig point of view? You're obviously a German expert.
Aye.
That's why you've came as Boris
Leipzig
Becker,
got
didn't
beat last night,
That's
didn't they?
terrible, you got to jail. This is his last thing before he goes to jail.
Did Leipzig get beat last
That's why
night?
he's wearing
3-1.
jeans for the jail.
3-1.
They get beat 3-1.
3-1 last night.
So
Nobody will come near you in the jail with their jeans on. Stinking of piss.
I'll say, look, I don't fit my price mate.
Be Boris, right Boris, come on, the German.
Do you think you should go be in or out?
Take it off.
So that bad?
In fact, knowing what's underneath it, I would keep it. Tuck it
Mate,
in.
look.
It looks pathetic.
Mate, look at the shape I'm in though. Remember, I was so
Lift
fast.
it, lift
No,
it.
I know you. It's
How?
like, come on, that's stupidity. That's
Are you
something
doing
at
any-
this day and age.
you doing any
batting it
Russian
out.
twists?
Batting it fucking out.
I met him the other
Non-stop.
week. I met him the other week doing fitness. Peeped at him. Peeped at me, he was on the scooter.
No hiding
Right,
place.
he was on the scooter. I says, what are you doing? He says, I'm just doing some fitness on the electric scooter. Then he says, could you give me a lift? Put the scooter in the boot and gave him a lift to Kelvin Grove Park.
Right, you go running?
He's a lazy bastard, isn't he?
No.
Right, Gaze shows
No,
something
it's like,
that,
listen, I'm strong.
let us show us something that lets us know that you're taking
You can
this
see the
serious.
shape. You can't wear a shirt like this if you're non shape.
Has that got shoulder pads in it?
No, it's the style. You don't have to say you'll be a bit behind with that type of stuff. But are looking fresh.
What about that ass?
oh, good, mate.
Can you show the camera
I've
your
got
ass?
remember my ass at SWG.
Soaking.
Remember I was in the shower and we got the video. Actually, but I didn't have an arse, didn't I?
No,
you
you're
didn't hear that.
Disgusting. I went for a back right in the
You've
house.
got nice big thick thighs,
Big
nice.
fat thighs, isn't it?
Yes, he's looking well.
I like the way you're
A
looking,
wee
you
glow
know.
about
I
you.
know you're in good nick.
Aye.
So you,
How do you know?
What? You can see it a mile away. What?
He's got
He's got a healthy,
touch him and
he's got a
check for us.
healthy glow about him.
He's got a glow about him.
Isn't
There's a glow
Aye.
about him.
And he can
He's
see
very-
that.
Is there a wee bit of a podge there, or is it?
No,
can
it's
you
not
just
podge
feel-
at all.
Can you feel Derek for us?
There's a wee
Your
bit.
teeth, can you feel your teeth?
Oh, do you go? Go on.
Let's feel it.
No, it's like, still
Go on,
wrap your,
go on, what?
get a grip of yourself now.
You're going to be a horn there, small.
Enough's enough.
Wee Ruth,
Eh?
wee Boris Becker. See
Actually,
you
how
been getting fit as well, kid.
Aye. Fitter or fatter?
I'll tell you, he's on you today.
No, are you doing
It's-
a bit?
it's
No,
disappointing.
I've
Chucked
kind of
it.
let myself go. I went for a 5k last week after Slaney said he did it in 25. I
What was
thought,
your
right,
time?
25 minutes, 15 seconds.
Is he big man?
Aye.
Well done.
What does that say about you, though, if he's...
I'm carrying 18
Be honest, you done it in 25 minutes,
25 and 15 seconds, 18 stone round the fucking Cumbernauld.
Where'd you?
Absolutely.
Well done, big man.
41.
41.
Absolutely.
No
burst.
bad, no bad.
Swear to God. I've not done one since.
Big game in 25 minutes, that's brilliant, man.
I thought, I swear to God, I got in the house, I was absolutely over the moon. My pal Scott, to be fair, was my, what do you call them when you've got somebody pushing you along?
He can't be motivating you.
He was.
Just talking about himself for the full 25 minutes.
The whippet.
Is he quick, kid?
Scott can run.
Can he?
He reckons he'll do it about 22, 23, but so I'm slowing him down. But
That
it's
will,
helping me.
we're obviously documenting his fitness. Why don't we have a wee 5k race we used to?
I fucking hate 5Ks.
Because you can't just come on here and say I did a 5k in 25 minutes without any evidence of
Well, I've
of
got
it.
on my phone, I've got the thing I mapped out. That it all
Right, and have you got any evidence of yours?
I watch this new working at the moment.
Map my run.
Do you think you could beat him at a 5k?
Nah. I've got determination. I don't stop.
What are you saying he doesn't?
Well, just if you got to look at the history of how his life's been, then
That was serious as well. Don't make it do that. He's trying to make it worse than what it is. He's trying to make it worse than what it is. Yeah. That was tough to be fair. That's tough. Hopefully that gets taken out. That was a bad one.
Alright, other semi-final, West Ham 2-1 down.
Surprised that
So they
result.
had a poor result against Leon, not poor, but they drew, but they ended up beating them away from home. Maybe West
Oh,
Ham
it's a
could be-
good start to say. Aye, listen, I think it's
It's not a stat. It's just fact.
the fact, aye. Stats fact, it's the same thing for me anyway. No, listen, I think it's surprised West Ham get beat. Really surprised they get beat. But
Boise.
Frankfurt beat Barca away. So they're obviously, German teams are obviously amazing away from home, innit? But it looks like counter-attacking teams. But at home, I don't think the league position tells you that they're a brilliant team. They seem to be doing quite
Where
well.
are they in the league?
they're about 11th.
11th to 10th, aye. So they're certainly not doing great in the league, but
Been a long season for West Ham. They've not got the biggest of squads.
Has
Tough, innit?
Moisey actually signed anything really that big though, big players, or he's done so well with that squad of players, hasn't
He's
he?
going to lose Rice, isn't
They're going to lose
As
Rice,
well.
but that
Rice
might. I know he's a
some player,
fundamental.
Rice.
Aye.
Nah.
I like him, aye.
Aye.
What? No, having him?
I like Rice a lot. I think he's a really
Yeah.
good player, aye.
Oh, aye.
Aye, I like him as well, but I think
Frank McAvenny used to say he was fucking hopeless on you.
I know.
Remember that? 2-3
I know.
years
Do you
ago?
know?
Aye, so he did.
He used to.
He used to gain him,
He used
didn't
to
he?
slaughter him. He's
I know, mate.
hopeless.
Frank watches football like that, didn't he?
And he's just got a boy that's get better and better, isn't he?
Aye.
You know, for a big, what is he, a big lad? He's about 6'1", 6'2",
6'1",
even
6'2".
bigger than that, but he can play, isn't he? So comfortable on the ball.
Did you think
He
Lundstram was
ticks
good?
all the boxes.
But I said when he signed to play against him, I really liked him.
Did you?
If you want to rewind it out.
Okay. Thought I heard something a few weeks ago. He said you want to have it? Was you?
No, that 3-0 game, I thought everyone thought he was the best player, didn't they?
Okay.
Personal opinion, that.
That's it. Aye, well, that's why we're
That's
here.
why we love it.
Aye. So we've all got
I
different
think that
opinions.
Frankfurt they'll beat West Ham over there.
Do you?
Aye,
Off.
I think they will.
What about the Rangers? Did we get predictions in?
Rangers? I would like to say, I think it might be a draw 1-1.
I was going to go 1-1.
I don't know what it is. I just think that like I
They'll
genuinely
score.
think they'll
They've
score,
got
but I
too much
think they'll
quality,
score
don't
too. But it just depends who's. I think whoever scores first will determine how it goes. I think if Rangers score first, they'll try and maybe hold on and maybe take it to whatever. But then we don't know. Like if Rangers start like they did against Dortmund, they go on and get a second, they go and get a third, they might put the tie to bed.
capable.
They're
That's the thing.
definitely
And
capable.
they're capable. And actually, Yusuf just says it early on. He says Rangers are a good side, and see when it comes to the European games, they've been top drawer. You just look at the sides they've already put out. So, listen, there's a confidence or something about, and that it showed you on Sunday coming back for 1-0 down. That team would have crumbled if they didn't have that belief, and they didn't. They come back, and as you say, they controlled that large periods of that game. So nothing to fear. That crowd is going to be massive. That atmosphere. Tell you, it spooks players, good players. Some of them can't handle it.
Leipzig will never play in like this atmosphere.
And it's
won't have played in the short time has been as a club. They won't have played in a game like this.
They'll know as soon as they step off that bus, get in there. You know, they'll feel it. You know, and some good players fold. It's amazing. So,
But Ralph Rangnick used to create an atmosphere in training, didn't he? He used to shout and scream. We Ralph, didn't
Aye,
he?
that's
So
the
I
right
think
time.
they're
So they're used to it. Don't know where you got that one for.
so
Right, so what we saying, Derek?
I think Rangers can do it.
2-1.
Aye. I just think they've got enough about them. They've showed it. They've went to the well again, time after time, in semi-final, getting to final. You know, and they've done it. There's sometimes it's just that belief that they're going to get there. You know, how they're going to do it, I'm not sure. We're a bit worried about up top, but I think they're going to find a way. I really do, honestly.
Paul?
I don't
You
see
Boris?
it. I don't see it. And it's no.
Will you get to see the game in the jail?
Celtic.
Will let you see it in the jail?
It's not a Celtic. I'm saying that. I just don't. I don't see it. Si. I'm not going to the jail. All right. I'm not.
Two tennis balls in the jail.
Do you
They're no
think
better than Borussia. They're
Do you
no
think,
better
do you think that think the standard that Rangers is set in the Europa League that next season if with Celtic are in the Champions League and then obviously Rangers get to whatever happens to them, do you think that they've set a thing that Celtic and Rangers should be trying to get to these like last 8 semi-finals more years than what they've been doing recently?
It's a
Because
benchmark,
obviously they're going to start spending money. They're going to have to start spending money because Celtic's got a lot of money coming away, and if Rangers can manage to do the unthinkable, then they'll have a lot of money.
I
coming
always
away.
think when you think back to like Celtic and under Gordon Strachan punching above their weight, they were getting to the last 16 with no great players in teams. So I agree. I think Celtic should be doing better in Europe.
Of course they should.
Yeah.
Of course, but
no, it's a big.
It's like you say when you add in that atmosphere that you get at Celtic Park and Ibrox, you should be beating teams in.
definitely.
Oh, it'll be interesting. So hopefully we'll see how we go in Thursday.
What do you think?
I think it'll be a draw.
Oh, so Rangers.
I think Rangers. I think Rangers
It's funny
score.
how you think they're just going to come up short. I believe it's just I think they're
Destiny.
going to get I do.
It wouldn't surprise me if they did it. It wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, listen, I agree with Simon on that one. Like, I would like to see them do it, Derek. I don't have that way about me that I want to see anybody get beat, but I genuinely think that it's. Is it just one step too far? But again, when they saw the result in Dortmund, there were plenty of people saying that when Dortmund get them to Ibrox, that it'll be inevitable. But it wasn't inevitable. Rangers went and just did the business. So if they go and do the business again Thursday, it certainly won't surprise me. I'll not be surprised by it.
Right, we're going to move on, but just before you go, can you give us the visiting times for the jail so we can come and see it?
What is it? The jeans of the shirt you're seeing in the jail?
No, Boris Becker just got
Boris
the
Becker's got a 2 year.
You were just laughing along at something you didn't even know what was going on. The worst in the world, man. People that laugh, they don't even know what they're talking. Oh, no.
Is that
Type of guy, yeah.
always.
You shouldn't be laughing at somebody that's in jail, should we?
No, we're not laughing at that, we're laughing at him.
Just that, yeah.
So when is the visiting time? And is it in Germany we're going to need to come up and see you?
Yeah, seriously.
To be fair, you could be Boris Becker's love child.
That's what I'm saying.
Is your dad going to be okay in there?
Don't know where the wee man is.
How is he?
Fuck knows.
Is he still at the rucksack?
Rucksack, yeah.
Been out since the semi-final.
Who does your dad support?
The Sundays.
The rucksack, collecting pants.
Collecting farts.
Pants.
He collects farts in the rucksack.
Aye, sniffs it every night.
Oh, tremendous.
Terry Mendes.
I think this has been too early for us today.
What is it, an 8 o'clock start? I like early mornings.
Do you?
You're up early, do you do yoga?
Half 5 I was up with this.
Do you do yoga
6 o'clock
still?
gym. Nah, no yoga anymore, 'cause it was fucking my back.
Oh, is it?
See, since I've stopped doing yoga, my back's been fine.
Shows you, doesn't it? You're going to commit
Shite, innit? See all that full industry, £1 million industry, load of rubbish.
Aye, mad. It's really is mental, innit?
Mindset, it's your mindset, son.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, wee man. Alright, so lay off for yoga, alright, wee man.
Good on for you.
He keeps on calling me wee man. Undermine me.
Undermine me. Right, Paul, do you want to take the next part?
Aye, no problem. Obviously, St Mirren whenever St
Wait till you hear
Johnstone.
this.
Right, what is it? So on the next part.
Wait till you hear this,
This is the next part.
This is genius. This point he's going to make of it.
I'm very close to walking out there and pulling that wee shit cheeky. You're showing people what you're off it. Listen, St Mirren obviously beat St Johnstone. That's the mood. No worry for them finishing second place. Second bottom. Fuck me, man. Nearly take your Rangers.
Yeah, it's, I think...
Nearly take your Rangers second place.
Nah, St Mirren, excuse me, they're safe.
They're safe.
So of course they're safe. St Johnstone, maybe surprised. That was a massive game for them. I thought they would have. I thought they'd have won that game. I think I took them on the coupon, didn't I? So wee bit of a surprise, but St Johnstone will be in that playoff position. Watched the Aberdeen Dundee game.
Dundee should be up for now.
Aye, Dundee by far the better side in the first half. Should have been
Dundee
placed.
play some good stuff under Matt McGee. See,
Remember I've
passages
said
that
that
I've
to you
seen.
right for the start of the season.
They've got good players, so I was saying.
But they just can't.
Technical players.
I mean, they had opportunities, but didn't put the ball in the back of the net. You got to worry if you're an Aberdeen fan. That's I tell you what, they were poor. Aberdeen, really poor.
What would you put that down to, Derek?
There's a combination of things. I think that you can quite clearly see. You look at Ramirez coming off. He spat the dummy big time.
Did he?
Oh, aye, he's come on. He's kicking balls and all that. He's raging. So, well, I know
did he play well, or was he lacking service?
No,
or
it was you, Disman, and it's a centre forward, dropping in. He's wanting to take throw-ins and all that, and dropping it in.
So,
you would be chasing them. You're chasing, but they just don't look happy. They look unsecure at the back. The two centre backs don't help. They're too young boys, because McKenzie and Ramsey both played, and they need a hand. They need somebody in their experience that's going to guide them through games at times. They just were all over the place.
I thought Decky Gallagher would be that player,
To be
didn't you,
fair,
with captain of Motherwell?
He just
Played for
doesn't look, I
Scotland.
know I like Gallagher, but he's just, he doesn't look right. See the body language. I was looking at him, I'm thinking there's just something no right there. And that's what we're talking about. Considine not getting his contract, letting Jet go, Scott Brown leaving the club and all. We've differed in our opinion. My opinion, I would have kept them until such times as they're safe now. They're safe now.
Yeah.
I'd have kept them, but we're letting certain players go, maybe not getting contracts or certain. There just doesn't seem that camaraderie between them. That doesn't look right. I don't know.
See, you're well coached. Why does the two young fullbacks need somebody next to them to tell them what to do?
I just sometimes you need a bit of guidance through game. Well, do you know something? Joe Lewis was excellent, but they make you nervous. That's what they do. And maybe that starts to transfer on to younger boys, because they were all over the place at times. They're just at the ball. They don't look secure.
Well, see, with Gallagher, though, like, I fully expect him to go and do well. Is it a big difference for playing for a Motherwell than it is to go and playing under that crowd at Aberdeen?
I would think so.
Yeah.
I think Jim.
I would think so, because Aberdeen, like on a good day, can get 15 to 18,000 people in there. So what does Motherwell get? It's a more pressure. And you think Aberdeen history, centre halves wise, they've had some right good ones. It's a lot to live up with. Some of the fans in that crowd, you saw guys like Alec McLeish and Willie Miller, and then you've got Detty Gallagher coming up and maybe not putting in the level of performance they're expecting. So
because Bates is experienced enough. He's played
Bates
in
is
Germany
experienced
as well.
but sometimes I find he's rash. Sometimes I find he's a bit rash. But I don't know. I think Jim Goodwin will sort it out.
Oh, he's got a big
But it's a
summer,
big job.
By the way,
It's a big job.
Massive. So
Rangers going to Maglo for 3 weeks as well, isn't it?
Can't believe they booked that.
The reason I was
I thought
asking
it was strange. 2 weeks maybe, but
the reason I was asking about the Motherwell thing, can you think anybody else that maybe done really well at Motherwell and went to a
Aye,
bigger
well,
club
this is
or
the
whatever?
thing. It's when you leave these wee clubs to go to the big clubs, it's tough, isn't it?
If you're a bad man, if you're a fucking bad man from the day. Do you know what to get? He knows when he's got me, they'll keep on going.
I don't think about Aberdeen to do like their passing's a bit scratching.
Fucking scratching. So I've been listening to certainly a big summer for Goodwin, and if you're going to go out on your sword, get and you're going to die on your sword, then what I would say is,
Die on your sword.
what I'll say is, Simon, is if you want to die on your shield, then what I'm going to say is, get that. You have to get them out. I know, I agree with you. It has to be a certain time. It has to be done in the right way. There has to be a balance to it, because if you just go in there and act like the big man and say you don't give somebody the respect.
But you didn't get the time. You didn't get the time these days.
100%. I know. I'm just
Why
trying
would
to
you
stick
be
his
about it?
side, in case he says it. But what I'm saying is, you can't be about saying, but it's in the manner and how you do it. If you go in there and you sort of don't show somebody respect, maybe they've maybe earned or whatever, then players can get the hump.
they've been back the way, Aberdeen.
What, for Glass the good one?
Aye. What I'm witnessing Saturday, I
that
was
was
actually
always gonna
shocked.
happen, eh?
I was shocked by the performance.
Yeah.
I didn't realise how poor they've become. I really didn't. It's
So, Derek, see when a new manager comes in, and obviously you've got to give them time to implement how they're wanting to play. Can you not see anything of a change since Jim Goodwin's come in?
no, really.
I've no, like obviously at Hibs with Sean coming in, the Hibs fans would say the same. They didn't see any real change in Hibs.
No,
Any ideas of what they're trying to do?
the quicker the season finishes for
better for
Aberdeen
Aberdeen.
and Hibs, the better. And then they can start from scratch. And that's what he is. I think he's basically starting from scratch.
I know, because Hibs are another one, they get beat at Saturday Livingston.
Maybe fell in the middle of the park, the young boy.
Barn.
Good wee player as well.
Yeah.
So you look at the young boys, you've got Ramsey, you've got Mackenzie, Barron. But apart from that, it's a bit of a struggle.
So any other shining lights now?
No.
V10, good player now.
But
Dutch boy, is it?
Aye,
him a couple of times in wee spells.
But they never got him on the ball
Enough.
enough. And they had Watkins ahead of him as well, you know. And
Good team, man. When you think you say the names
but
on
that's
paper.
what I'm saying. There's something not right with
Right
them.
with 'em, yeah.
There's something just you can't put your finger on. You look at them, you go, they just don't look right. They don't look happy.
There's a man who's always got his finger on it, so what would you
certainly.
say?
But you can't. Well, listen, it ain't rocket science. They bring in a manager who wants to pass out. They want to change the whole style. They bring players in, and then you get rid of him, and then you bring Jim Goodwin in, who doesn't want to play pass out and play out. So it starts with the tap, and that the decisions aren't getting done properly. It'll feed her down. Feed in for the club.
But it's all right saying get to end. It's all right saying get to end the season, and things will change in the summer.
Yeah.
But what happens if the rot continues and they don't bring in the right characters?
It'll be a job, won't it?
That's it.
This is where he's got a hell of a job.
And is he going to be backed by, because obviously Aberdeen will be looking to spend too much money in terms of transfer fees, but
They'll get a few
wages
quid
not
in,
to get.
I
Aye,
think
but
Ramsey's
need money
gonna go
in.
to Liverpool, isn't he?
Wages to
What
get-
time move that is by
Oh,
then.
has he got Liverpool?
is he?
Aye.
But again, I was thinking, right, see if you're Calvin Ramsey, why are you going to Liverpool? Trent
he's
Alexander-Arnold's
not
going to
gonna-
be the fullback for the next 50 years now.
Because he's not going to play, and he's just going to, we'll get fed out somewhere, won't he? Loaned out, sorry.
No, but even long term, Trent will never leave there.
It's just,
Well, you're not going to Liverpool for Aberdeen? If you're him?
Nah. Mate, you need to look at it for your long term. Am I going to play there? Nah. Look at Patterson, mate. Do you think he's
Again-
happy with his move to Everton?
You think about the money side of things will change. That'll change his life, right? Brilliant.
He could go to a lesser team, couldn't he?
But-
With the same money and play.
He genuinely hasn't got an opportunity there. Because when,
No.
when, at what point are they saying we're going to, right, Trent, you come out and now it's your turn, Ramsey? What, in 5 years' time, 10 years' time? It's no...
he's got to play for his development.
Yeah.
And whether they sign him and then they loan him out somewhere, that's the only other thing I could.
But then what's
you
the
look at
point?
and
What,
think,
like, I don't know, I think just continue, keep playing where you are.
he's still to develop
Another year.
physically, the boy, as well. He's still to become a man. So he has...
But the lure of money's a difficult
Aye,
one.
no, I think
And
if he gets his move, he should take it, but-
I would be the first to advocate that you look after your family and your finances first, and then hopefully the football takes care of itself. But it's
But
a
one
tough
thing, that's just saying, Jim Goodwin's got a massive job in his hands.
Yeah.
So, but the good thing is they will have a decent budget, you know, and that's how the lure are bringing, you know, players to that club,
Yeah.
because there's better wages.
But it's Jim Goodwin's not the only one. Look at Stephen Robinson. He came in and couldn't win a game.
Aye.
So
any of the managers have had a bounce into, no?
Nah.
So next year you've got potentially the starting the season next season. A few managers under pressure before the games even get.
That's what's going to happen.
See, I think teams used to get a new manager bounce because everyone basically played 4-4-2. Everyone kind of played the same. You could come in and you can make the place a wee bit happier, and you would maybe get a wee bit more out of the boys. Whereas now, everyone's got such a different view of football tactically, coach-wise, that it does take you 6 months with your own players to change the full.
That's how he made a good
club.
point there. You know, under Glass, wanted to play a certain style, wasn't happening. Jim's come in, totally different for Glass, but they look all over the place at the minute.
And Hibs, what do you think of Hibs? They've not got a manager yet, and there's a lot of talk of people. What do you think? They've struggled. I think I saw Saturday. 18,
Any other new names been mentioned?
18 shots at goal, but not one in trouble the goalkeeper.
And you look at Livingston, mate, who have got a style of playing that are buying it what the managers want them to do,
and playing really well. Playing really well. So
Pittman, what a goal as well. Fucking hated playing against Pittman, man.
There's a few of them. They're all good.
Can run like fuck. Holt as well. Andrew Shinney's a good player as well.
There's a load, you know, and they look as if they're enjoying themselves. They've got an identity. They know the way they play.
And they know if you didn't do it and you're not playing, you're not being there.
How would you look back in your career, seriously?
Rubbish.
Would you? Why?
Because it was.
Rubbish. No,
rubbish career.
No, I like that answer because that's obviously he's the very tell many lies. Like when you ask that question, somebody, I think you hate to be honest. And it's it's great.
Somebody says to me at 16 you'd have had that academic, I'd fucking jump off Erskine Bridge.
But what I'm saying is, when you get such a, I know you're going to say that it's just an excuse, but when you get such a bad injury.
Loads of people get bad injuries.
No, but what I'm saying is,
loads of people get bad injuries that go and do well.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, a lot of people can fall out the game. Then you've actually got yourself a career at it. Do you know what I mean? And played doing
great career.
League One, done well. Hey.
But you've no worked?
No, I've worked.
As what?
Royal Mail.
Kitchens.
Oh, have you?
50
Sorry.
kitchens, didn't you?
Apologise, I didn't.
That's right, didn't you?
But that's what I always kind of say,
shouldn't you fucking look after me?
It's no work, innit, playing football.
This is fucking hard, believe me.
That's how you're lucky. You had.
Oh no, I'm definitely lucky as well. I agree with that,
great,
but I had no great career now. Will St Johnstone get past? So Thistle, Inverness and Arbroath.
I can see this as a Hibs stroke Hamilton all the years ago when Hamilton. Am I right in saying that Hamilton beat Hibs?
I've been in this position. Sorry to interrupt you, Kev. I'll go back to you in 2 minutes. I've been in this position as the second bottom team trying to stay up, and it's fucking horrible.
I just see. I think St Johnstone. Everybody keeps saying they'll be all right. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. I'm not convinced they'll be all right. I think they'll be because you kind of keep making excuses every week. A massive chance to bring another team into your relegation battle.
Yeah.
And you kind of beat them.
Mm-hmm. But the only thing that's different with the Premier League team is I think that the teams, they need to play fucking 6 games before they even play the Premier League
before
team.
They even get there.
Whereas in the lower leagues, the second bottom plays 4th top in the league underneath them, but that doesn't happen in the Premier League. So it's
like
all in favour.
Third v second play the second.
So it's all in favour of St Johnstone.
Oh, it is all in favour, but I think that it works the other way. So if you play these 6 games and you manage to win all your games and get to that, you've got
momentum.
Unbelievable momentum and form. And I think...
Who do you play St Johnstone?
Arbroath.
Arbroath will do it.
I watched Thistle against their United. We've got a few injury problems and all. They need the boy Tiffany back. They need the boy Graham back. But they picked up a few injuries. So they did in the Friday night game. But they were poor. So they were Thistle. Surprisingly poor. You know, so they've got
over 2 legs, Derek. Arbroath have got they've got the home win straight away.
And that's it, because it's Thistle Inverness first up, isn't it?
Yeah.
So for me, I think Inverness will just have a wee bit too much for.
I think Arbroath are well equipped to be the one.
Aye.
And it's purely down to the fact that they've got their way of doing things and they've stuck to that the whole season. And they've been unfortunate to finish the line just ahead of Kilmarnock, but I think they've got the bit between their teeth. I think they'll see this as a massive opportunity. You imagine, like, if the way it goes, see you play Arbroath get to the final, you're playing St Johnstone away first, and you bring them back to Arbroath. I tell you what, it's interesting. It makes it interesting.
I still
because like Derek's saying they're like a part at Thistle poor. What happens if they just click and turn up in the playoffs? That's always that.
If they get
could be saving themselves.
They need Tiffany and they need Graham.
Tiffany, very good.
And they've got, I like the middle part, they've got Docherty and Bannigan. Good players, Crawford as well comes in there.
Kyle Turner.
he picked up a wee calf injury, so that's what I'm talking about with injuries. But
Thistle have got that experience as well for these playoff games. The Forster, Brian Graham, guys like that, have been there and done it.
Aye, and that's what you need sometimes. Guys that have, that's what it says there, the experience is massive. But you're looking at, you talk about Ibrox, I still think St Johnstone.
Stay up.
Aye.
Yeah. Paul?
Go Thistle.
Your old team?
Old team.
Still got a soft spot for them?
Soft spot.
Hard spot, sorry.
What we call it also.
Big throbbing spot for Thistle.
I think, listen, I think Thistle will go.
And where is it you see, what is it you see in Thistle that you think they can do?
I think just with the experience of Brian Graham and Richie Foster.
What are you, a fucking parrot? Come on, tell me
I've been there and done it, so I think they'll go and do it. How about you, Kevin?
I think going by form, I think Arbroath will be in the final, and then over 2 legs, I think it's a lottery, because I've never seen a performance yet from St Johnstone, even in the games that they have won. It's always only ever been by a goal.
Not convincing.
They're not convincing enough for me. I just think that Arbroath would look at them and think, we can do this, and I think that St Johnstone got it all in their favour because they are obviously playing less games, but Arbroath, I think, will be the one that get to the final and will get a very good 2-legged affair.
Yeah, I think Arbroath will do it.
Yeah.
All the way?
All the way.
Do you, mate? Aye.
I think
I'll go
they've had
St
such an
John's.
unbelievable season, mate, and Dick will have he'll have them so hyped up for these playoff games.
Yeah.
He's a master at it, isn't he?
Aye,
He's been in playoffs loads of times, Dick. He knows how to get through them. I think that how many of the St Johnstone boys have been in this type of situation before?
No, I would agree with you.
I've been in it, mate. It's fucking horrible, man. It is.
They've been hunted, didn't they, St John? Aye, because whoever's gets into that position to play them, they're after them.
Yeah.
And that's such can.
I imagine they'll lose their last couple of games in the Premier League as well, which will send them into the playoffs on a down on that. Can't win a game.
Aye, well,
It's mental, that, isn't it?
I'm going to go St Johnstone.
Okay,
I
mate.
still think they'll have enough.
I did say they'd finish third this year, which is very good.
It's a bad one, that, isn't it?
That is a very bad one. I've had a few bad ones, but that's up there.
Because I know you
There was a wee clause in the contract, though, wasn't there?
with the
about
players, but
third-
that
the
surely
players.
still mean they finish second bottom up.
He just went with the rabbit in the headlights. Won 2
Aye,
cups, thought they
aye,
finished
he's excited,
third, didn't he?
didn't he?
He did, kind of. He didn't look at the great detail or depth about it. Didn't look at the fact that
I
Hearts were
did
going
call
to
them and
spend
finished
money.
last season very well, early doors as well. But hey ho, win some, you lose some. Takes some
I
twelve.
love to see it.
Maybe remembers that one side. But remember the one this year.
Right, last wee bit.
Clean sweep
PFA awards,
side.
clean sweep.
For Celtic, Ange, McGregor and Abada.
Fuck this pen.
Well and truly deserved.
McGregor deserved, Ange deserved.
And Abada's, you forget the goals he scored.
No, he scored a lot of goals.
Abada,
But is he 19?
early.
Is Abada at Man United saying he's 19-year-old?
19.
I know a lot of Rangers fans are obviously questioning why Bassey wasn't there.
Bassey
and
should
I
have
get
been
that.
there.
Bassey should have been in the running. The players should have been. But what you've got to remember is, was Bassey playing week in, week out at the beginning of the season? He's only really come into the team.
But then you could also throw on that.
Same with
Abada's been out of the
Aye,
team
I
now.
know.
Head
So
towards the back
there's
end.
arguments for and against, but listen, these awards for me sometimes each season don't really mean too much because I don't know. Like you're asking players to vote. We've all been there. We've got that sheet of paper.
I know, but is that not the best accolade that you can get for
It's
your...
because it's from your
peers.
fellow peers. But sometimes you get the guys that sit in the bus and say, "Who do you pick?" Okay, that'll do. Just copy and paste.
Why
you go.
do you do that, mate? Why
I
did
can't be bored, mate.
The only one I would throw in there is Craig Gordon.
Craig Gordon?
Aye.
He has
You know,
had an
you can't.
unbelievable
I'm not arguing. Aye, deserved, but
McGregor's been outstanding, hasn't he?
Aye, definitely. It's just like the way he goes about. He's a bit quiet, but he's effective. But Craig Gordon, I think he's been top drawer.
See, we did a highlights reel of Craig Gordon's best saves this year.
Oh,
he'd better.
Yeah.
When are we doing his team of the year?
Is
Is that at Chateau? Chateau X.
Chat to X, and we're going there for a steak dinner. You want to come? You want to come,
Oh,
me,
it's
man?
brilliant, by the way. Aye.
Oh,
Should we steak dinner at the end of the season?
That's too much.
aye.
You just said Cotty V, man, that was too much. That was too much. Nah, that's not even funny, that shit.
What time is it? That thing's not moving.
What is that? What kind of watch is that, Paul? G-Shock?
Limit for Argos.
Is it for Argos?
£8.
It's
Nice,
nice.
innit?
It's
Timeless,
vintage.
very timeless.
It's like little
Vintage,
guys
aye.
in it. It's cool.
Vintage.
£8 for Argos limit.
Aye.
Is that what you time your runs on?
Aye.
Is that what you're timing 25 minutes on? And so you said maybe Dick Campbell as well.
Oh, aye. Of course, I can't see past
Dick.
Mr. Campbell. Aye. He's been
Again, I
brilliant.
said at the start of the season, I think Andrews, because the Rangers are such a good team and
Aye.
Where the Celtic were at the start of the season to where they are
I know.
now.
I remember that first podcast and Celtic lost the first kind of couple of games or something. And we were like, look,
You were wanting him out, that's fine, says the guy in his time, but
No, we
if
never
you want to
wanted
rewind
him.
tapes and you want to
We
bring
never
back up
wanted
old
him
stuff, it's, no. I remember some people saying it doesn't matter about performances at Celtic, you need to win games.
aye. And what did it start?
And you was wanting him out, you were wanting him out.
We wanted him out.
Well, we'll see, we'll
Get that back.
We'll check it back. I'm sure it was a podcast at
Could be
Hampden where
worse,
it
it
was
could be
said,
Ireland,
maybe
Brazil.
it was time to think about it, hey ho.
He's unbelievable, isn't he? He got one thing right. He got one thing right, and that's him gloating.
Aye. I'm sure you should go be a 3-year rebuild for Celtic.
Aye.
Win the league in
Got
the
to spend a lot of money.
Hey, leave him. It's all right.
Hey,
Leave
well,
him.
hey opinions, alright, you're
Aye,
sometimes
that's it.
But do you know what? I got a phone call for this FA. We have to vote for the semi-final. Go with the
Your favourite semi?
Favourite semi.
We've picked
Yours was
yours,
the
we've
first-
picked
last
yours
Thursday.
when Ross first started stripping.
There only can be one.
Can you show it? Can you show us our favourite?
There only can be one, eh?
Scottish Cup semi-final goal?
Kingsley.
Aye,
It's
that's Kingsley.
There's Andy Rellett.
So it is.
Oh, what? I didn't know he
He
set it
used
up.
to,
No, that was Barry Mackay.
That's a
by the
great
way.
finish.
That's a great goal.
That's a great strike, isn't it?
Look, watch this. Look, get out to him.
Nah,
See, close it down.
sleeping. Hibs are
I mean,
sleeping.
that's a good 2 yards outside the post and it comes back in.
I look like a student, mate.
You do.
Been it for 3 days. I want to pot noodles and that.
Feel
Satin. Satin.
that
Cheesecloth.
cheesecloth.
Cheesecloth, it's called. It's back in the 70s, it was big.
What was that big in the 70s?
What a strike, by the way, wasn't it?
Who's this guy here? That's
By the way, it could be the
How many
longest.
times are we getting?
I know that's it.
I know.
Kingsley.
Oh my God, he's
got to be Kingsley.
That's it's Kingsley. All day long.
Who scored? What was the goal in the other semi-final?
The Rangers,
Celtic
Celtic
and
too.
Rangers.
Any good ones now?
I know.
I was steaming it that game.
I would bloody.
Who was it? Oh, that's a good work goal.
That's deflection, but
Ah, it's deflection. Aye.
deflection off a Bassey.
Aye.
I'm going that.
It's well worked.
I'm going that.
Aye, you're still drunk.
It's got to be Kingsley.
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 There's not even an argument.
Nah.
There's you there.
Oh my God, man. That was my twin, wasn't it?
Here's Derek cheering it.
Oh,
Let's see
it is.
Derek. Look at Dale here. You see him running
Derek
by. Look,
Meader.
look, Dale.
Derek Meader. You're excited there, aren't you?
Better looking at him.
Aye.
Think.
Oh, God.
So what do you think you've got? Full beard, in it. You've got the full beard.
I can't believe we're actually watching.
I know, because it's Kingsley.
Aye.
No, this is a no bad one.
This is a great goal. I
To be
think.
fair, Scotty's
That's a
good
great
finish.
goal.
That's what Maida had to do on Saturday, Sunday.
But Roof doesn't.
He was unlucky. He had a good chance on Sunday.
What's the winner again? Oh, the OG in it.
Aye.
Hell, we've all done it.
So why are we watching it?
Craigan, innit?
You know, happy to watch us again.
You look Craigan at centre
I've
back.
saw it hundreds of times.
On goal, I get on goal.
Just
Yeah, what's the
fucking ball in the
difference,
stand.
I think he gets a shot off. Roof, no, then back.
How
Where are
many
you then?
times?
Pub?
Oh, aye.
That's
top
about
of
11
the-
times we've
top
seen
of
that
the table.
goal.
Oh, yeah.
Just 11 times that goal.
It's quite
Now,
good.
why is it short? Why is it
Do you know
short
what I quite
on the
like
replays?
this could be a new segment, us watching goals and that, but it's quite good, I like it.
What else would you like us to watch?
Exactly. We could check that history in that laptop.
That's it. Eamon Holmes naked. Sue's laptop, is it?
I think it's got to
Right,
be
what we're going then?
Kingsley.
It's got to be Stephen Kingsley. Has to
What do you
be.
like so much about Kingsley's goal?
It's not to do with how bad the Hibs had defended the free kick, but
to
in
be
terms
set
of the idea and the quality of the finish, you're sending that, like Derek says, 2-3 yards.
Good 2 yards outside and
Outside,
it brings
it's
it
come
back
back round.
in.
Small
And-
target to
and
hit and
it's-
he's hit it.
And that's not just a one-off. He's done that.
Oh, he's
many
got a
a time.
one,
He's
didn't he?
got that, aye. That's why I like him. I like Kingsley.
Ah, definitely Stephen Kingsley.
Boys, well done, that was outstanding. What a man.